Hello, everybody.
You
Well,
rang the bell, makes me hungry, makes me think chow's on.
it makes you think of what?
That chow is on.
The chow is on. Yeah. Oh, welcome everyone to the Dancing Oracle with Najia and the amazing queen of psychics here on YouTube, Linda Grindel, Comanche Psychic. Your YouTube channel is called Linda G, Comanche Psychic.
The 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 Comanche psychic. Yeah.
The Comanche Psychic. And Linda does not realize she only knows a little bit of why she's been such a huge inspiration to me.
Oh,
She's a major part of why I'm doing psychic readings publicly. She had encouraged me on multiple occasions. But before then, she had no idea what she did for me. And I've even gotten, since I was on her show, oh my God, it's already a month. I've gotten to read for many of her clients and got to talk to them about how they feel about Linda. And she has been a huge inspiration. Sorry, you know, I'm so like high right now from being with her, just being with her finally. And it's not just that she gets us through these crazy times. I've been listening to Linda, I think about 8 years, maybe 7.5. But please go see Linda's channel and you will know why she is such an inspiration for many people.
thank you.
Yeah, but do you know why? You probably have no clue. And other
No,
people,
I'm just doing what I was instructed to do.
she's doing what she's instructed, but Linda has been through a lot. Linda has not had it easy from childhood on. And she really found her intense joy later in life. I know you look really young and but I know you're open about your age. So
Yeah. I'll
so
be 72 September 10th.
she'll be 72 and she became a YouTube star and you're the happiest, right? You're the happiest you've ever been.
Never been happier. And I think cancer. Cancer is what switched me into a different realm. I gave my life up to the realm because I thought I was going to die. I was begging for my kids because their dad wasn't very healthy. And I thought, what's going to happen to them? And the man on the other side said, there's no such thing as death. And I felt really embarrassed. And in that moment, I handed my life over. Into thy hands, I commenced my spirit. And something happened to me. I can just tell you it was so profound and so overwhelming that I was zooming for 2 days. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. When I can't eat, something's up.
I know you love to eat like me.
Yeah, it's like I'm
Two
always thinking of
Virgos who
what's
like
next. Yeah,
two Virgos who love to chow down. I
yeah,
heard you were eating the Chinese food for Mother's Day.
yeah. We had
Some
Chinese.
good
It
Chinese. You
was
took it easy.
fun. Yeah, there's a real good Chinese place out here. The best Chinese I ever had was in Edinburgh, Scotland, if you can believe that.
Oh, that's wild. And I always love what you say about your Scottish boyfriend.
Oh, Robin. Yeah, he was a kick in the pants.
Oh my God.
Very fun guy. He's the one that when I was sprucing up, we were going out someplace, and I said, Robin, if you were me, what would you do with your hair? And he said, woman, if I were you, I'd be too busy playing with my breast than worrying about my hair. Great sense of humor.
Oh, Linda. Yeah, so Linda's sense of humor and her bright light, I don't think she realizes what that does for people besides the hard times we're going through. I mean, I'm a woman in my sixth, I'm up there. I got my Zoom filter and you know, as I've been through some hard times the last decade, really hard. And
Yeah.
when I watch Linda and I see her glowing and finding her groove and finding her passion later when a lot of people, I've lost a lot of my different work and different things that have happened. And I just look at her go.
What else can you do?
Oh, me?
No, what else can you do? Do you
I get,
lie in the morning and you know,
mm,
curse God, or can you just say, this too shall pass and move forward? You'd be surprised, as terrible as things were, I always went down with it. I was very self-involved and feeling sorry for myself. And then when this happened and I clicked it, then I just said, fair enough, this too shall pass. And
mm,
boom, things just magically started to resolve itself.
wow. And I think this is an important message for these times that we're coming into, that we're
Yeah,
already experiencing. Um, how to overcome that, because you said, I mean, I've heard you say on your show that you were a different person before.
totally different. You would
Yeah,
probably wouldn't have liked me.
yeah, you say that you just pick a fight with someone in
Yeah,
front of you in line or
I had a
anything.
mouth on me. I was a good nurse and I enjoyed people. I was very social, but a couple of drinks down me, I could turn ugly. So,
It's hard to imagine, but because you're such a bright light, and
right. It wasn't all the time. I didn't walk around down in the dark, but nobody better mess with me. That's the energy, you know. I had an ex-husband that tried to play me, and if he was still around, he would tell you he learned his lesson.
mm,
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
yeah, because you have to defend your children, you have to make
Yeah,
it,
yeah. All my kids turned out, even though their mama was crazy,
it turned out great.
they turned out great.
Turned out great. And I remember, the only time I've seen you down in the history of your channel, that I've been watching you a lot and all my friends and everyone, um, was when your daughter had really severe COVID.
Oh, it was really bad. And the doctor had told her, don't get COVID because it'll kill you because she has lung disease. And so I thought, well, this is it. And as I was praying so hard for her, the guide said to me, practice what you preach. And I thought, oh, so the worst case scenario is that she would die from it. But actually, that's not the worst case scenario. I mean, if we die, we're in a totally, I know we can't live like that and you want to try to stay alive, but I'm telling you, I've talked to the dead. It's beautiful over there. So I thought, okay, well, then I accept whatever's supposed to happen. Acceptance is really important. And she made it.
She
She's doing
made it.
great.
Yeah. And that wouldn't have been the worst for her, but it would have been the worst for you to lose her.
Yeah, but no, because
Um,
I lost mom and dad. And, sure, sometimes I feel sad, but nothing like the morning had before I woke up. Now I'm awake and I know that they're not bad.
no, I mean, I want to talk about Linda's book soon. Just want to show it in case we get
It's
time.
on Amazon and you can get for a couple of bucks, you can get the where you can read it online.
Oh yeah, you can get the eco-friendly version and where it's just
Or
read on
the
your iPad.
Audible.
Oh, you got the Audible. That's great. But you know what? If I do recommend getting the book because there's a load of beautiful
Uh,
photos and memories.
hey,
Like,
listen, that picture right there with the man sitting down with the hat, you see that?
yeah.
With my grandmother, who's a little girl, not the baby on his lap, but over to the other short little one is my grandmother. And behind him is the mother, his wife. She was like 20 or 30 in that picture. And let me tell you, these people lived hard. They're from
I know.
Mississippi. He died of stomach cancer
Mm.
and he was only 30 something. So she moved everybody to New Mexico with her father. That's why I couldn't find my grandmother's family because she changed her last name to a different name, thinking that guy was her father. Her grandfather was her father.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can understand that. I had that happen with a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah, she couldn't find her family.
Well, yeah, but she found out that actually, well, she didn't realize it until she had a DNA test. She had no idea she was black because she had a black grandma.
Wow.
Because that the second wife was white, and then she was trying to just go through her history,
Right,
and,
right.
um, and she always wondered, she because
Yeah,
a lot of people would ask if she's a sister, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, talking about the book. Okay, so this is something I was really curious about. And
Uh-oh. Just as long as you don't ask how much I weigh, I'll answer
oh
anything.
no, 120. I know, I can guess. I'm a psychic. So Linda, at least a couple of years before the book came out, she knew she was had to write this book. She was told to write this book, right?
Yeah.
And it was taking a while. And it was taking quite a while, right? Like much longer than you thought.
Yeah, I was trying to do a conceptual outline and I was typing it up, but then I kept losing interest.
Let me go do that too.
Well,
So,
makeup.
makeup. So, the thing is, we were all excited knowing it's coming soon. And then one day, by some miracle, I'm on Linda's personal Facebook. She doesn't have a public one, but years ago she asked me to be on her channel and I wasn't ready. But in the meantime, I'd watch her Facebook and one of her friends said, "Oh, I just bought Linda's book." And I'm like, "That's weird. Linda didn't say, I'm watching Linda's channel. Linda didn't say anything." But I ordered the book immediately. I would think I was one of the first handful of people that ordered your book, honestly.
Yeah.
And then days are going by. And I'm like, the book was like, it didn't come yet, it was like on order. And I'm like, maybe that's an imposter book because you had people impersonate you,
I still do.
and she still does. That's why she doesn't have a public Facebook, because people would solicit people for pretending to be her for readings.
Right. And I don't do personal readings
She doesn't
anymore.
do any personal anymore, except you watch her channel during special live events. If you're a
And I
member,
give away 2 free
she
readings.
gives away 2 free readings. Yeah, so she'll give you a free one, but you can't even buy them. So you
Yeah.
got to tune in you got to hit the notification bell and tune in. Linda G. Comanche Psychic, right? The Comanche Psychic. And look for those really golden opportunities, Well, Linda, days go by and I'm like, I think I bought somebody else's book pretending to be Linda. There's no more activity on your Facebook. You're not mentioning it on your channel. And then one day, I think you were on with Mel, I can't remember. You were doing the collab. And then now Linda, years before, and Linda likes to toot her horn. Linda's like, your favorite expression, enough about you, what about me? Or something like that.
Enough
Enough about
about
me, what about
me.
me?
Enough about me. What do you think of me?
Not me. Yeah, it's like she's also a comedian. At one point she had her comedian days. And then she's really quietly going, finishing my book. It's on Amazon. Something like that. You were like really, really quiet about it. Like, I said, and then Mel's asking, like, yeah, Linda, tell us. I think it was Mel. I think it was Mel. I'm pretty sure it was Mel, not Sterling. I mean, it was a man. And then she's talking about it, but he's coaxing her into it. I said, I did buy the book. Okay, the real book is coming, right? And I'm like, Linda, you're not shy. Why were you so?
Well, I'm not a writer either.
But it's your life.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth. So you
So,
felt a little shy because you're not a writer, but it's your
yeah,
story.
but the guys were the ones that bugged me, and I said, here you go, it's done. Next.
That's Oh my goodness. So I love how the preface starts out. I know you haven't talked about your book in quite a while, but it's a really, Linda is a psychic medium and she's a really good medium. And it's not
That the
something.
book was actually about how I got into that with some background, and
Mhm.
also about all the fascinating clients I had and the stuff that happened.
Uh, I know. And like I like the one about the mom, like where it's actually before it's the preface. Wasn't it like the mom was asking about her leg? And Linda was in there. No, it's in she was like, "Where's my leg?" Or no, you tapped in, I think you were talking to the daughter, and you get this message from your guides. It's right in the preface. She gets this message from her guide saying, "Your mom was your mom a diabetic?" Because Linda was a nurse, and she's thinking, "Why is the mom asking me they can't find my leg?"
Right.
Maybe she lost her leg because my dad had diabetes and he almost lost his half his leg, right? Because of the wounds that happen with diabetes, they can't heal. And then the woman says, no, she's not a diabetic. And then the mother comes yelling in
I
like,
can't find her right foot.
she can't, oh, her right foot, not the leg. Sorry, I'm
That's
thinking
where I was confused. Yes, and
right foot. Where's my right foot?
I met the daughter, the one that was reading. She came to one of the events at Angel Heart, and I saw her again. I used to say left foot, but she said it was right foot. But in it, I just kept saying she just really wants to tell you that she can't find her right foot. And she said, yes, well, my mom was a diabetic and they took her right foot.
Mm. I mean,
But
that's
how was I to know?
how are you to know? I mean, that's the thing when the messages come in, they're coming in different ways and you don't have the whole story.
Right.
Just like when you saw the pandemic coming, you knew it was a virus. You saw
Wow.
people,
And now I just said it nonchalant.
she just said it she was reading for something else. And she says, oh my God, my guides just showed me something in Italy. You saw people wearing masks.
I
Oh
said
my
a nasty virus is coming. I
God,
see
nasty
masks
virus.
on everybody.
She saw, I think that was a year before.
It was July before the pandemic.
Oh, a few months. Okay. A few
No, it
months,
was like almost a year
almost a year.
because you got everybody reminded me. I don't know why my lipstick is just wearing off so fast. Because people were reminding Linda last year, you said this was going to happen. And
Yeah.
I didn't remember it.
And you also saw those two big ships stuck. People couldn't leave. At the time, we didn't know that was related to COVID. And then they
Yes.
let everybody out and infected everybody. But you saw that before it even happened.
Yeah.
You saw that affecting the world. You almost thought, is it war? Are we being attacked? This is serious, guys. And then I'm like, it's not a war, but it feels that bad,
Yeah.
I remember that. And you still can't find that video, and I can't find it. I went looking for it.
But you guys are the ones that keep me updated on what I've read because I don't sit and say, did I get this right? Did I get this? I just keep
Oh,
going.
I know. You just keep going. You're a busy lady. And thank you, by the way. I know how busy you are. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, sure. Thank
Oh my
you.
God. Thank you. Anyway.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. So, you know, every medium has a different way of perceiving things, right? The other thing is, and it's part of the purpose of my channel, although all the celebrity readings show up as the most popular, but what I keep making videos about is psychic development and having people tap in and how to know what's happening with the world, earth changes. These are things that are important to me. And I think if we talked today a little bit before we talk about world events, a little bit about what it's like to tune in, because everyone is a little different, you
Yeah,
know?
I get pictures a lot. So when I was doing my 2025 predictions, the first thing, I think I said it on my show, I just kept seeing volcanoes going off. And we're getting some volcano action all around the world.
I'm not seeing the volcanoes, but I keep sensing underwater ones. Is that what you're getting to?
Oh, both.
Both.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Oregon one, they said within the next few months should start creating earthquakes. I'm not seeing Armageddon into the world, half of California falling into the ocean. I just don't get that. It doesn't mean it won't happen because famous prophets like Edgar Cayce
Yeah.
and who else? Uh, Edgar Cayce and even who's that seer that he's
Oh,
been long dead?
Nostradamus?
Yeah,
No, that's
they
not him.
talked about
Yeah.
big quakes. Yeah,
Okay. So you see a lot, and I know that there have been times which, you were a nurse, and you, of course, you're dealing with people who are about to pass. And were you, I think at different times, just refresh my memory, because, I've watched your show, I don't remember, I'm twisting things up, like thinking it's a foot and I mean, a leg and it's a foot. But I think at different times you had seen people come into the room to greet people that were transitioning, or you've seen people physically.
I've seen transition people come into the room.
Yes.
And I've also, as a hospice nurse, saw the relatives of the coming to die people come
That
into the room. Yeah.
so you can see the relatives coming in the room.
Yeah, and especially hear them.
Okay. I've sensed them. I've had that sensing and know they're there, but I can't see them.
Right.
Um, Tell us what that is like. Like, is it
I don't see a full body apparition. I see like a wispy outline.
a wispy outline?
Like this one guy was dying of lung cancer, and the night before he died, his head was following, and I could see wispy energies floating around him, and his head was following. And I went into it was a long, long hallway, and I went into the kitchen to get his medicine out of the refrigerator. And I was so scared to go back in because you could hear them. You could hear them talking. It was like a crowd, but you couldn't decipher what they were saying. I just
Mhm.
tried to look down and not pay attention. And his head was just following them. And then all of a sudden he wakes up, he looks right at me, scared the bejesus out of me. And he said, my mother was here. And he
Interesting.
died the next day.
And the other thing is sometimes you get names, because you did that with me.
Yeah. Not all the time, but
Not
sometimes.
all the time. Yeah. So I had an aunt that I never knew existed. Linda said that I had an aunt named Mary, possibly Louise. She was getting Louise. And she died when she was a small child. She was my dad's little sister. She died tragically. She was my main spirit guide, helping me through life. Because at the time when I consulted you, I was going through a really hard time. I lost several people in my life in a short period of time. And life, I had a lot of injuries, things, had
Yeah.
changed a lot. So I was really like reaching out to psychics, mediums, anyone that could be a medium, so I could have communication from the other side, because I was missing people. And it's the first thing she said. And I thought, well, you know, everything else after she said after was 100%, like crazy amount of things accurate that she could never know. So I kind of just put that on the back shelf about Mary, possibly Louise. And I find out 4 months later from my aunt that my dad had a little sister that died tragically, some type of accident or something. It wasn't a miscarriage, it wasn't a stillbirth. She was a fully formed child named Mary Louise.
Wow.
So she
And
died.
back in those days when someone died, they wouldn't talk about it.
I just remember like one time, I'm a toddler at the time, but I've been cooking since I'm a toddler, right? I love my food. And my mom let me cook at the stove, which is probably dysfunctional, but I stood up on the little high cherry steppy thing and would make her scrambled eggs in the morning because she was not a morning riser. So, I'd make her breakfast, French toast or scrambled eggs. So that was kind of normal to me. And I spent the morning because back then I was an early riser. I was at my grandmom's. I'm cleaning her entire stove. I mean, Virgo detail, clean, what I mean? Crazy amount of cleaning. Then I'm like, Grandma's not up yet. Maybe I'll make her breakfast. She comes down and sees me up on the chair cooking breakfast. She freaked out and she got so scared. She said, "Don't you know something could happen to you?" And she has a breakdown. She starts crying like crazy. And things can happen to little girls like that. And I got so scared, I hid under the dining room table to kind of recover. I remember
Right.
going into her dining room because she was really having a breakdown. I didn't know how to handle emotions at the time. And that must have been it because her little girl died in some other way. I think
Oh,
she got outside or something. I kind of remember her something like saying, you know, but Linda, you saw my guide or heard from my guide a name, Mary Louise.
yeah.
And
That
my aunt
happens on
told me,
occasion.
yeah, that's really amazing. Um, so I really wanted to bring this up about the mediumship, even though Linda doesn't do it, because we are going to go through some major changes in the world.
Yes.
And as Linda says, there's no such thing as death. It's just another type of living, a more expanded type of living, but we can't tell that.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of, there's things coming, and we also have our angels and guides. We all have communication. It comes in different forms, so Linda she'll see things, she'll hear things. Some people expect to hear it.
That one guy even manipulated my phone. My phone was on the dresser across from me. I'm reading a woman and it's her deceased husband. All of a sudden I hear a man talking. She heard it too. And
Whoa.
I said, "What the hell was that?" And I was on my landline. I said, "Hold on." And I got up and walked over to the phone, which was on the dresser across from me. And I looked at it and it said, "In our realm, anything is possible." It's in the book. I took a
That's
picture of it.
right. That's right. And then, wait a minute, but somehow, did that come up on your community page or something recently?
Might have, I don't know.
Even, my dad said something like that on my iPad one day. My iPad just came on. Me and my mom were talking about my dad. My dad had diabetes. He couldn't see the last 7 years of his life. He was blind. He was pretty disabled from the diabetes, all the sores and everything, neuropathy. And he before was the one that could build a house from scratch for everybody. You know, he would spend some of his weekends building extension rooms on his friends' houses for fun. They would all come and share. The Italians are like the Amish, they kind of just help each other build houses and cook a lot. And I would go with my dad, right? And his friends would come here and build half our house. His friends built it. Everyone just helps each other. So he was used to that. And he felt so bad. Like when I bought my house, he wanted to help me. He's like, "Oh, hon, I'll help you with your plumbing." And he realized, wait, I can't help you with your plumbing or anything because he couldn't do anything. And I felt so bad. I go, "Mommy, Daddy felt so bad when he couldn't help me." And so the iPad just came on, started repeating what he said, what we said about him. Then in bigger font, really big font, it says something like, "Don't worry about me. In my realm, anybody can do anything they want." And something like, I can't remember what else it said. I had it written down on the wall.
That's what this one said.
Yeah. And I was struck by that
In
because it was
my realm.
in my realm. Yeah. And I said, that's wild because I wasn't using my iPad.
Oh, they'll do that. There's a lot of good stories about communication from the other side. And those that say, "I can't talk to my mom hasn't come to me," understand sometimes vibrationally, if you're still in the grief, they can't get there.
Yeah. You have to be in a higher vibration to receive it.
Yes.
So yesterday, I had someone's ex-boyfriend come through. She wanted to marry him, but he wasn't into marriage. But he was really close to her family. He loved the kids, he loved her mom. He stayed friends with her even after they broke up. He's coming through like crazy for the son yesterday because her son was going through something. And he's coming in. I'm not an emotional crying type person, unless my cat dies or something like that. I start like wailing and he's coming through me. And then anyway, he came through, he said all kinds of stuff. Um, and then after the reading, I go in my kitchen. I'm standing at the sink. The light switch flicks on by itself. This is a switch against the wall. Nothing's near it. My hands aren't near it. And I'm like, how did that happen? You know, I didn't
No,
tell
it's
the
him.
client. Yeah,
It's him.
it's him. It's him. He was really coming through strong. And he said all kinds of stuff. She booked another reading immediately for next week.
I bet she did.
Oh
Yeah.
my
You were
God.
able to tap into him.
Yeah, and I feel bad sometimes I can't, you know. It's
And sometimes they're not ready.
sometimes the person's not ready to receive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, have you besides volcanoes, do you have any idea? I mean, you talk to Andre a lot, right? He's an
Yeah.
astrologer.
He doesn't really do prophecy. He reads the charts, but it's very hard to decipher end of days or volcanoes or hurricanes. I think this year it's going to be especially tragic for hurricanes. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I see that in flooding.
A lot of flooding.
But there's something else. You remember I talked about, the message I had before, a couple months before the pandemic devastation is coming. And then it said it again when I was a couple years later that bigger is coming. And I kind of get the impression of a virus, like multiple things coming soon.
Wow.
I don't know if you've had
I
any,
haven't gotten that hit.
okay. But we're ripe open for a pandemic with the way the
Oh,
Department of Health.
I see a couple of earthquakes.
The earthquakes are the big one, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is what's really going to help bring down the orange menace is that we're going to go through a lot here coming up in the
Yeah.
United States. And he's not going to be able to do a thing about it because he cut fundings to everything. In the
Cut funding.
meantime, he wants that jet and he wants to live like a king and do golf courses on the Gaza Strip. And he's in for it. The people will come unglued
I
over
hope so.
him.
Like the truth has to come out. I don't know why it's not apparent yet to most people. I mean, it's still a large 39% still adore him. So it's really hard for me to like say what else does it take? And I started thinking, do you know, like think about this floating palace in the air that's crazy and like a blimp. It's so big. It's beyond, it's
It's
going to take
tacky.
100. It's tacky. Yeah, it's also tacky.
And it's also from the people who helped finance the jets that bombed the World Trade Center.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
in fact,
And also Hamas. They've been financing almost
yes.
$500 million to Hamas.
And the other thing is that they what was I going to say? Well, they're the ones that chopped up that Washington Post.
Oh, Khashoggi. Yeah,
Yeah, these people
reporter.
are underhanded. I wouldn't trust them as far as you can throw. Uh, Jared Kushner is in like Flynn with them. And by the way, they're turning their backs on Netanyahu. Netanyahu is furious because he's not included in the. In fact, that gentleman that just got released, the American, he wouldn't meet Netanyahu. I don't like Netanyahu either.
Oh, no, no,
But
no.
his day's coming. It's coming up. They've turning their back. Well, what's going to happen is once Trump starts going down, this nation won't have anything to do with the United States.
Yeah, there's just so much happening. And you know what I was just thinking today?
But
Around where I live, there was like a high school, like a mainline high school that got in trouble. They gave the computers to the kids, right? And they had for the kids to work, on certain things. Do you know they were spying on the kids when they were spying on the kids? They could see into their bedrooms. Some teachers got caught looking at high schoolers. It was a big scandal. Now, if high school,
yeah, I didn't read that.
oh, it's like 10 years ago here, maybe.
Oh, 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. And I'm thinking, some people learned how to hack into that, and God knows what, some weird sexual fantasy looking at high school girls or whatever. I don't really know what they did. I just remember it was a huge scandal here. And I'm like, Qatar is giving this massive jet. Qatar,
I
what?
don't know
You
if he's
think you're
actually
going to
going to,
be safe?
I'm
What's
going to
that?
look later. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get that jet. He wants
Like,
it for sure.
they can just, people are having meetings on this jet while they're flying. They're going to know every secret we got. Like, don't you think that jet is rigged?
Oh,
To,
God, yes.
my God, this is
Absolutely. That's why they
crazy.
want him to take it. But they
That's why,
know, listen, they brought in a whole McDonald's van so they can serve him McDonald's while he's there. He's a putz. He's an easy target. And also he's going to leave Iran alone, and he's for the Gaza Strip belonging to not to what's his face, which I'm glad.
yeah.
Netanyahu's going down, and he's just now threatening. He's acting like we're going to do something drastic, and Trump will say, "Yeah, go ahead, blow him out of the water." He is. You can buy him. They're going to do a big hotel for him. They
I,
just told him on the Gaza Strip, and then he okayed something with him. I can't remember what it was, but all you got to do is buy him. That's it.
I know he wants to have his name on something or the big thing, and
He's an egotistical maniac.
and that big parade. I wonder if that's gonna happen. His birthday's coming up, right? Where it's
On the
May.
14th.
Yeah, just a month from a little over a month from today.
If they do have a parade, I don't see it being that big, and I see it being overwhelmed with protesters.
I hope. I don't know. I never remember he wants to bring the tanks on there, and last time they said no, you're going to ruin the streets. So like, why do you want to like crush the asphalt down?
We'll check it out. We'll see what happens.
Check
You
it
know
out.
what? Even with that plane, I tell everybody, don't overthink it. Don't worry so much about it.
Yeah,
Let him take that plane, because it won't be his for very long.
but
As
what
soon
I
as we do midterms and it's all independents and change mind Republicans, and the minute when that happens, uh, they're going to bring him up on charges. They're going to get him out of office. If he's not yet gone, he'll be gone by then.
I, I saw today, Fox. I can't remember his name. He has the mom he talks about, the mom who's a liberal who gives him hell. He's always concerned. He's always trying to prove he's master.
Elon Musk?
No,
No.
no, no. It's a Fox, entertainment person. They call themselves newscasters, but they're entertainment host. And he's the one that's always trying to prove he's manly. I can't think of his name, but he was kind of going down on Trump today about that thing. And then there's somebody
It's not Pete Hedgehog, is it?
no, 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 no. It's somebody on Fox currently. I can't think of his name. He has dark hair, short. He's obsessed with anything that might be feminine on a man. He has a thing. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. So he's probably a latent homosexual.
I know. So he's like, whatever. He's like everything. I can't think of his name, but he was going against Trump. Like, why is Trump doing this? And then Ben Shapiro went on a rant. He has a
Yeah.
podcast. So he's like very pro MAGA. Then he went on, he's Jewish, and then
And so did that woman that is always in the middle of Trump's business.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I
She
saw that.
called
Like,
the Pope Marcus, but then about this jet, she said, "How could you? You can't do that."
I'm so happy about our new Pope. I looked at his energy. I didn't read on him, but you could feel his energy, right?
Oh
It's
yeah, he's going to be just fine.
beautiful.
He was as prophesied. I did a video on it. I had Saint Michael and I had Pope Francis, and it was like they were. Pope Francis was telling me it says prophesied. He even had dreams. He didn't know it was this Pope, but he knew that he was bringing in someone who was going to do a lot of work. Now, he's not the new coming. He's not the second coming, but he's going to do a lot of work, even to heal the church.
So at least a year ago, refresh my memory, and I'm sure some of your viewers will watch this video and refresh their memory. You had this thing about Saint Michael dragging the sword. What was that
Yes, Saint
about?
Michael was there. Yes, that he said we were going into battle, and we are. We are in battle right now,
Yeah,
and it's evil versus good.
it really feels that way.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine because there's so much power. People are put into power, and I can't believe they retain their power
You
because
know, all of them, but the good news is their day is coming. People like Steve Miller, who is very ugly energetically, just so evil. All of those people and that are barking like demons, they'll all be taken down. So just give it some time. I'm sorry. I was so sure that Trump wasn't going to win. I would have stuck my life on it. I was so sure.
I didn't even bother doing a reading because I'm like, you
And
know what?
and
His
then
crown.
when he won, but he didn't really win because it
Yeah,
was
I know. I
cheating
don't think
going
he
on.
really did.
But then when he won, I told my guides, how could you? Why would you tell me? And they said, Linda, man has free will. So man has free will to cheat if he wants.
Yeah.
But the other thing they said is his people need to see who he really is
Yeah, that's the
and
real
to end
problem.
this. Yeah.
They need to see the truth, and I'm
Yeah.
surprised with
And it's coming out. It's coming out. All those Hispanics that were dancing for him with the signs, yeah, vote for President Trump in Florida. Everybody was all vote for Trump. And then what did he do? He told them all they got to go.
yeah, because he doesn't need them anymore. He got their
And she
vote.
was on there crying and saying he turned on us. Hey, listen, you get what you pay for. He even went up to her and kissed her on the back of the head because Latinos for Donald Trump. Yeah, he don't
Yeah,
care about you, not one bit.
he just wanted your vote. Well, and now he can't technically get any more votes for the third term unless something happens. So he's like done
He's
with
not
you.
doing a third term. They're not going to be
Yeah.
powerful enough. His numbers are so
Yeah.
low. He was up there at a speech with this in the Middle East, talking about how popular he is. He is so low. He's in the 30s right now. He's not going to be able to muster up enough support from Americans.
But I saw that he had said something like a month ago that he wanted to he would be the vice president and he wanted someone else. He was going to
Yeah, they're
get
not going to be able to do any of that.
then that
I'll be
vice
honest,
president.
I don't see him. I see us doing an actual impeachment, but this time it goes through. But I see his health just turning really bad, like he might not live very long after that. But I
I
see us being able to say you're impeached.
I saw him on today speaking, post floating palace speech. His face was like real. I mean, it was like this.
Yeah.
His tongue was blue. You're a nurse. What does it mean if your tongue
His
turns?
circulation isn't running right.
Mm. His tongue was blue and like
Yeah.
inside here was blue.
Yeah, his circulation isn't running right.
Yeah, he looked like, you know, he looked like he was really doing
Now,
horrible.
unfortunately, we can't wish for it. We have to just tell
Oh,
the
I
realm,
know. People
do
have to
what you need
see.
to do.
Yeah.
But you can't be that ugly and self-involved and not expect with all these people who hate you and are putting that negative energy on you, it's going to affect them.
It's going to affect them, but you know what? There's so many people that are in this getting, I have like all my EV friends, people, green friends loving this Musk thing, and I don't get it. Like they switched completely. And I know I know what he did. I know he got rid of a lot of people because they were suing him. I watched a podcast with mm, Joe Joe Rogan,
Yeah,
and I saw a little bit of it. And Joe Rogan's like, before the election, he's talking to Elon. He goes, "You better, you better make sure you win because if 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 Trump doesn't win, you're going to jail."
yeah,
I didn't know Musk had, I didn't know until the Joe Rogan show that Musk had like almost 40 lawsuits against him.
yeah. He deleted all of them. Don't worry, it's not. They're all coming back.
So he
Don't
got rid of anybody that would go after him.
Yeah,
He took over this whole thing to fire everyone that would go after him
yeah.
and protect us.
And he got rid of good people that we needed. He just didn't care. Like Bill Gates said, you don't see any hospitals named after Elon Musk, but he has enough money to give to the poor or to children, but he just doesn't care.
I know. I saw Bill Gates talking about being worried there would be another pandemic because of what's going on, with
We can't go there. We can't think that way. We
can't
just
think
have to
that
keep
way.
alive and just deal. We've got too much on our plate as it is. We can't sit and say, oh, gee golly, but what if there's a pandemic? Personally, I haven't been feeling it. Doesn't mean that I'm right,
Yeah, no.
wrong. I just haven't been feeling it. But I will tell you, Earth changes are coming out.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that one. I've seen
And
that a
then what
lot.
happens is he's not extending a hand in. He thinks those poor red states that are barely making it should handle it themselves, and they're not going to be able to.
They're not. They're
Yeah.
not. I mean, they got the schools, everything, they're not going to be able to handle it. They're going to see what that's really like. And these businesses, contractors, everybody, how can they, already the dollar store, I went to the dollar store yesterday, the $1.25 store, and things were $5 and $3 at the dollar store already. And
Wow.
in the East Coast, it's not supposed to reach us till 45 days after Liberation Day, right?
Yeah.
It takes that long from the ports to get to us. So it's just going to be worse. I mean, I know where you're at because you're right there on the West Coast. So,
I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to the grocery store. The eggs have gone down. They're not down as much as they were, but food and chicken and meat has gone down, which
oh,
surprises me.
that
But
is
remember, they're
surprising.
not selling it overseas. So remember,
Oh, yeah, they're
other
not
countries
buying
were
our
taking
stuff.
a lot of the beef. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, and I think Canada took a lot of our stuff too. That's the main thing too. They took a lot
Yeah.
of, yeah. So tell us, what else besides retribution do of taking these people out of power and earthquakes and volcanoes? What else do you see coming up from now till the end of the year?
Oh, till the end of this year,
Yeah.
there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah, what
I
kind of
see
excitement?
people gathering together, working with each other. I see, we'll be very excited about Trump at the end of the year because I think he's about ready we'll know his road is ending. We'll know it.
Do you think by then his people will see that? The people that have voted him in will
Oh
see that?
yeah, because they're going to have nothing. He's destroying people's lives.
Okay.
Truckers can't even work right now. There's nothing to truck. Those are MAGAs.
Yeah, I know they're major magas.
So yeah, you don't screw with the MAGA.
Yeah, I know. I've got some in the family.
Yeah,
I got some in the family. I know how passionately MAGA they are.
yeah.
It kind of scares me. So tell me I know you're having a number one year with your birthday. You're a Virgo with a number one year because this is a number 9 year and your birthday adds up to the 9 and it's like your number one year when you're having a lot of new beginnings. So what types of things are you planning? What kind
Well,
of
that's
things?
funny. You're the one that told me that. I had no idea. I'm not planning anything. I'm going with the flow, girlfriend. I'm allowing because this earth is doing this. So I'm trying to maintain an equilibrium.
I
And
know
I'll
you,
just be here when people need me.
I know you had a couple of spontaneous things you never thought of doing, like for yourself, for self-care, for yourself.
Oh, yeah. Well,
The
that's
hair.
fun. But yeah. Uh, yeah. I just, I'm not doing any European vacations or anything.
Oh, no, that's crazy to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's just
So,
common sense, let alone any psychic. Looking into it psychically, it'd be kind of crazy to do that.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So
scared of flying where I'm going, just locally, not too far
wow.
away.
Can you believe how that'll change too, by the way? What'll happen is after he's gone, this nation will come together and a lot of laws will go into place to make sure this never happens to us again.
That's the big thing. We see our flaws, we see where we were weak. Do you see us coming together with Europe and Canada again? Will it take
Oh,
time or
yeah.
yeah?
Especially once he's gone, wide open. When he's gone, people are like, oh, thank God he's gone. Good
And one
news, America. You got your hat on straight.
and one of the things you've always seen is that Putin and Trump would kind of go out at the same time. I think you always kind of saw them when one goes, the other goes.
Yeah, I definitely see Putin going sooner than later. Putin's going, and you know who else is going is Netanyahu.
Mm.
I don't know about death, but I see him maybe even being arrested. He
Just
just
take,
asked the ICC to remove his arrest warrant. They're not going to.
I mean, the main thing is to take people out of power, you know?
And the other thing that young guy, that American Israeli that just was released, he refuses to see Netanyahu.
Yeah, I heard.
So that's a slap in his face. And then Trump won't answer his calls. I love it. This is beautiful.
Oh, and also like even just the what he took over the was it Carnegie? What did he take over
The
the big
Kennedy Center.
yeah, the Kennedy Center. And
And
nobody
they
wants to
refused to do
perform. They refused
Hamilton.
to perform for him.
Yeah, he's terrible. Then nobody wants him around.
I mean, New Yorkers have known who he is for a long time.
Yeah. Years ago, I had a friend named Joe. I just started my show, and he's joined and gave me some compliments and said, "Let me tell you something about Donald Trump. Anybody that's anybody in New York knows he's no good. Everybody knew that he didn't pay his laborers, that he was a con man, that he was a show off.
He ripped off a friend of mine.
What?
He ripped off a friend of mine way back when in the 80s.
Yeah.
My friend has an embroidery business. And my friend like put up a lot of collateral to make this order for Trump to have special Trump casino hats and jackets. And my friend does amazing embroidery work. He has, these machines that cost, like $100,000 for a machine, just to do the embroidery. And he does amazing quality. And he, he thought he was going to finally do well. And he put a lot of money out to fulfill this order. And Trump owed him, I think, $80,000. Now that's a lot of friggin' money back in the day.
Hell yeah.
$80,000. And his lawyer shows up with a $3,000 check. And he goes, I need you to take this. He goes, I know what that means if I take it. That's payment. I'm not taking it. He owes me this money. So this is like way back when. That's like a ton of money. My friend, like, he never recovered from that. Fine, his house, everything was hard after that. When his marriage, everything,
And then they said, go ahead and we'll sue you. You can sue us and we'll sue
all
you.
of that crap. And he can't fight those lawyers. He
Poor
gave
guy.
him the merchandise. He's thinking, oh my God, I got this contract from a rich man. And it's going to be fine. And we're going to be successful now. The business has taken off, got invested in all this equipment, and it's going to do great. He didn't get paid.
Did he ever make it or no?
I mean, sort of, but not, it's always been a struggle. You know, it's never been like, that was a big hit.
Yeah.
You know, when you got to pay interest on those loans when you're waiting for the money, you know? I just want, do you want to read on anything before I let you go?
Uh,
Or you have to,
yeah, I'll need to go though.
okay.
We
I
can
just
next,
don't,
when you come on my show, we'll do readings.
I would love that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Do you
When
want
you
to
come
wait till
on.
then or
Yeah,
that
let's wait till then.
these the cards found their way into my hand. I didn't know why. They just did it.
Do you want to throw on something?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, just skip it. We'll do
Yeah,
something
maybe
in
that was
a
just
couple of
meant to
weeks.
talk. Maybe, yeah, maybe in like
Yeah.
June. I'd love to, you know, I'd love to. You know what I used to do back in the day after you told me to be a psychic? I would watch the collaborations, like the Brady Bunch collaborations with 6 or 9 people on them. And I would throw cards the same times you all did. And you know how everyone seems to get similar cards?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
would too.
yeah, I would be in my bed going, yeah, I got that too.
There's a lot of people that do that.
Oh, I had such a good time doing it. It got me out of my funk.
Yeah. We'll
Linda,
do. Give us now. When are you taking holiday?
uh, next week. Yeah, it's my
Okay,
first holiday in like real vacay in like 20 years almost,
that's
right? I
great.
used to travel the world a lot.
I know.
I'm going on an
We'll hook
artist.
up. We'll do actually sit down because I kind of figure out where my psychic space is. And when we're doing more interviews, I'm not in that space.
Got it. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel now. I'm like, wait, I'm not in that space. I feel kind of
Yeah.
thrown. I feel kind of thrown, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Hey, sweetheart. Well, it was
you've
wonderful
been,
talking to you.
listen, you've been a blessing to me in more ways than you can imagine.
Thank you.
And I got to read for your lovely clients. Let me just tell you,
Aren't they cool?
when you say you have the best community, you get so excited about your community. I know why.
They're good people.
They're good people. So I can't even express to you, and like, I know you're a busy woman and I don't want to, bother you, and things like that. I'm just blessed when we get to cross paths.
This has
Um,
been great.
but I could maybe just, I have to write a letter someday to express how much you have touched my life and you have no clue in all the different ways from afar.
Well, certain people come into your world to advance you to what you're doing all the work, girlfriend. There's nothing I've done in particular. I could say this about Eckhart Tolle. I mean, he just blew me out of the water.
Yeah, yeah, I see
And
the
if
dedication
I
in the
sat
book.
with him, I'd probably be all gushing over him and that. But he's just doing the work. We're just here to do the work. And you took that baton and you're moving forward with it.
I did because you've told me repeatedly, and I know what you told me was so accurate. Like I said, okay, her guides are really accurate. I can't say everything because there's a lot of personal stuff,
Yeah.
but
But the other thing is I'm not doing readings anymore. So this just makes people sad because if they haven't had a reading yet. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
they probably should join up with the day I do the public and try to get a free reading.
definitely. So
Yeah.
listen, I want to just say that again. I want to say a few things before we say adieu.
Okay.
So go check out this book um in 3 formats. So in the book on Kindle, that's what we were trying to think of the name, Kindle
Kindle
and
audio.
Audible to listen in your car. And the other thing is Linda's channel. And it's a beautiful, she has a beautiful intro because she's a Comanche, background. She has a dedication to her Comanche heritage. And I always feel so happy when I listen to it. So
Good.
check out her channel, subscribe, but also hit the bell for notifications because that's how you're going to get a reading with her, which you can't even buy. It's like gold. If you get a reading with Linda, your angels may bring you a reading. All
Yeah,
right. But you have to do the work and go visit her.
go visit me.
Oh my God. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for being such
Thank
an
you, honey.
inspiration, a light, and a relief from stress. Keep us laughing.
Thank you, honey. It's
And
wonderful seeing you, and have
I'm
a
gonna,
nice holiday.
all right, bye everyone.
Bye, everyone. Cheers.